In the spirit of Carmen Moore here, I'm going to improvise as well. Because that's all I can do. I have a very poor memory. I barely remember how this ever started. But I'm impressed that so many people have dared to involve themselves in what started out really as a private enterprise. But from the very beginning, it was also an open-ended enterprise. I thought maybe you can approach money as art, and it was really Lennox Raphael who gave me shit. Because I was always bitching about I have no money, and eventually he got tired of it. And he said, "Lean into it, make an art project out of it." And this place, Steve Cannon's cave here, an exhibition art place, it was one of the first places that I actually showed Artmoney. It was the year 2000, and I started it in '97 by myself, and the next year a guy in Denmark by the name of Flemming Vincent joined. And because we were two people, we decided to make a bank. Like if you're two people issuing a currency, you need to collect it somehow under this umbrella. I called it a bank. And we called it Bank of International Art Money, with the utopian vision of a global alternative currency that people do by hand. They wake up in the morning, they paint the money they need to get by during the day, and they live the life that they want to live. A kind of escape from financial slavery. That was the utopian vision. And also when you consider money, it's also a club.
Yeah.
Money is a club. We're all involved in the same club. Somebody from Holland just mentioned that. And but the driving force behind that club, I'm not so convinced it's healthy. With money, as we know, money, we can buy each other to do things we don't really want to do, and it's being used in such a way extensively. When we are born, the first thing we receive is basically a bill, and we even get a bill after we die. It never stops. So there's some kind of like grasp of individuals in this club that makes it a bit disgusting. And many of us, we go to school several years, we educate ourselves to work in a community, this money club, where we can satisfy a community demand. But we really, in an attempt to make enough money to buy ourselves a little bit of freedom. But we will never get enough money to buy this freedom. It's incredibly expensive. So maybe the only way to buy the freedom is by counteracting. So stepping back and becoming less dependent on money. So rather be independent of money than being wealthy. That actually buys you a little extra freedom. Well, some of those ideas behind the Artmoney project. And when this is said, it's also a copy of money, but in a different way. I thought, what could be better? Could be better if the signature, first of all, on the bill is original. We know it's fake on the real money. And also if the money is actually worth something. And that brings the thought to what is value, what is valuable to a human being. And now Steve, I have never seen Steve use a cane, like a blind man's cane. But if Steve used a blind man's cane, then he would extend his body through the cane and touch the ground like if it was a finger. We extend ourselves through an object with some intention, and that object becomes a part of our body, and we can touch the floor. with that object, or we can touch another person's heart. And that's what art does. We extend ourselves with our body into an art object, and then it separates from ourselves and it starts circulating. But every time that some other human being, not a dog, not a bird, but specifically a human being, will grab this piece, it's possible to feel that person. Because that person is living in the object, and I thought that's what money can do. That will buy you eternal life, but it would also communicate a spirit from that person to anybody else who is capable of reading and feeling the spirit in the object. And anybody is capable of doing that in a relaxed state of mind. Wow.
Excellent.
So,
Brilliant.
of course, this is built up so that it's decentralized. Sure, I operate the website, but anybody in the world is welcome to join the project. You have to be an artist, but you have to be an artist in your own understanding. So it's an attempt to introduce a complete free form of expression, like no censorship, except your own censorship. Which also brings people from different countries into this project. I know there's a woman from Iran showing just by the door with some female portraits. She's not allowed to show these pieces in her own land. She's not allowed to make them. She might get killed. She's risking her life in order to express herself, and she's sending those objects out of the country and to this exhibition or to my website or somewhere else, and she is insisting on showing and expressing herself. I think it's very touching, and it shows the importance of announcing your own existence as a human being among human beings on this planet. Well, enough about that.
Wow.
But those are some of the ideas. I'm impressed that Annette and Karen have put this show together. And it has nothing to do with me, which is also very nice. Very liberating. But that's the idea that anybody can take this project and make it their own. And put together a show, and anybody is welcome to copy the idea. It's like copy friendly. There's no copyright. It's copy friendly, so anybody can steal it, steal away, and maybe someday it will grow big enough that this currency becomes recognized by our governments, so that it will become a real global alternative currency. And I never think it's going to threaten real money, but it might be a healthy vitamin, if we look at it that way. So please enjoy these 2013 art money from 116 artists from 9 countries in this exhibition, in this fabulous cult gallery in New York. I think, and give Steve Cannon a huge hand, please.
Yes.
And a big hand to Prime Senator and the Regulation for making this possible. Thank you.
So.
Which
I do speak some Danish. I lived in Denmark, and that's how I met Sina.
I want to say a couple of words to you.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yes.
Please,
Can you kiss them?
Steve Cannon would like to say a couple of words.
Please, everybody.
Steve Cannon, the main man.
The main man.
Number one, I would like to thank everyone for showing up this afternoon. And I hope you enjoy the art that's on the wall. I've been told how to put together. Most of the artists had to do at least 20 images, and it gets to take quite some time.
Louder.
And I was told there's 2,013 images that has reflected the year we're in. And the show's going to be up there until the 27th of September. So do invite others to come by. Let me tell you a little about tribes. The way this whole organization got started, my background, I'm a retired college professor. I lost my eyesight some years ago. And this neighborhood, the Lower East Side, we've always had all kinds of artists, musicians, painters, and actors and actresses. The whole 9 yards down in the Lower East Side for years. You know, certainly before I moved here. I didn't move here until 1962. I moved into this house we were in in 1970. I didn't start tribes until 1989 after I retired from teaching. I started with the literary magazine. We published a magazine that goes all over the world, which has art in it, essays, poetry, fiction, interviews with artists of the other disciplines, film, theater, and things like that. And we also publish books of poetry from time to time. And occasionally we do a catalog of various art shows we do here. The magazine is carried all over the world in every major museum here in this country as well as in China, South Africa, Russia, and God knows other countries, England, of course, and France and Germany as well. And the way it's put together is that since I'm blind, we have teams of people who work on various things. The young lady who runs the gallery, she was here until 1 o'clock this morning, making sure that the lights were working properly and the fingers weren't falling off the wall. Her name is Janet. She went to Zolan School of Design. And she more or less decided she was going to show you, not going to show you, because I'm certainly not in a condition to do it since I can't see a damn thing. And then as far as the magazine is concerned, we have a team of writers and artists who put together a magazine. The same thing with the books of poetry we publish. Aside from that, we have musicians perform here from time to time. Every year in August, we celebrate the birthday of Charlie Parker. And we bring in musicians and poets and artists that participate in that event. So we've been around for about 22 years. And again, welcome, and stick around and spread the word. Thank you.
Thank you.
Genius on the piano is a dear friend of mine, a very famous composer and pianist and writer. He does it all, Carmen Moore.
Yes. Thank you, Steve.
Also, you should know that Steve Cannon is a marvelous and very famous poet. He didn't mention that he's a poet, but